Well, no one wants to get in a car accident, but I definitely don't want to be on the news of being responsible for collision on the 401, as well as there's 40,000 bees flying around. I got into my dad's vehicle. Next thing I know, we're in a farm and there's bees flying around. I said, "What are we doing here?" And he said, "I bought some bees. We're gonna bring these up and we're gonna see if we can make a go at beekeeping." So that was summer of 2016. Here we are, summer 2020. We started with 4 hives. Now we're up to 20. At peak population, we're just underneath a million bees.
Yeah.
We've been able to successfully get hives through the winter to the point where Andrew was able to take it from a backyard beekeeping hobby to the beginnings of an actual business.
I haven't been stung in a while, but I would say the first couple years, I've probably been stung about 5 times. The gentleman that sold us the bees had been around it for years on end. My dad said, "It's okay, the guy who sold us them, he's comfortable, he's wearing like shorts and a shirt." So obviously I built up my confidence and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm fine to go. And then not too long after that, maybe 30 minutes after, I got stung. And so it's not so much, being nervous about it, it's just put a suit on and you're good to go.
It is an invasive task, right? You're opening up the colony and you're going through it. It's a very extremely important thing because that's the only way you're going to be able to properly monitor, observe if there's any sinister things happening.
Making sure the queen's laying properly and just kind of cleaning up excess wax and cleaning up where they shouldn't be building.
It's a big process, jarring everything, but it's very rewarding.
And even it's nice because the byproduct alone, you can make soap, you can just sell beeswax, make candles, and that's something that we're looking forward.
My girlfriend's a big time baker, so the amount of recipes I've learned that require honey, I feel like we're always looking for more ingredients, but honey is never one that we run out of.
A few of the difficult things was being in Northern Ontario, just the hard winters. It's very difficult to get bees to survive through the winter. Even some of the top bee keepers in Canada, it's inevitable that they're going to have hive losses.
If we're in a drought, if we're in 10 days of continuous rain, what food is available for them? We might have a very, very late winter. So all of that plays a role. So our population definitely fluctuates.
As well as intruders. So you have bears, you have skunks, raccoons, and you just have predators that are in search of food, like honey, and you just have to be open to that. And so obviously with our knowledge, we decided to put up an electric fence, and there hasn't been any intruders in about 2 years, I would say.
The other thing is when you start looking for help, right? You start looking for that YouTube video to say, okay, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? What can I do better? Not all of them are from a Northern Ontario region. I'm looking at someone's advice. This has worked every single winter of all the winters. From Texas. We don't have a Texan winter. Far from it. So it's kind of difficult to find resources in our unique region here in Algoma. But our big goal when we think of how many bees we have is how many hives do we have and how many hives are we going to go into the winter strong and how many did we come out of the winter with.
Based on what we have right now, I could see ourselves kind of getting into more bee-related products. So for our first year, we're just going to be kind of selling honey and candles. But I could kind of see us utilizing the wax to make soap, things like that. If the business gets big enough, possibly selling merchandise and just kind of expanding on platforms, whether that be Facebook, Instagram, things like that.
Cool. Outside of day-to-day business activities, within 5 years, a real personal goal that we share is we want to see greater interest. Maybe it's not just beekeeping, but just an understanding that this is possible here in Algoma. We don't have to travel outside of home several hours away to be able to find something like this. It's sitting right here, it's right in our backyard, and there is a wealth of support and compassion to be able to help somebody else get started.